Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kinkoi, Golden Time, Jogasaki's route, where we are being serenaded by the Maria Bishop in child form.
You know what the real question is?
When are we going to see Maria Bishop in... Wait, no, that's not the question I want to ask. What's the question?
Who's playing the piano?
Ghost. That's a good question.
私、城ヶ崎です。城ヶ崎彩香。ああ、うん。
Typical Ria reaction.
何？この前音楽室で歌っているのを聞いて、私すごいって思って。聞いてたのかよ。有名なピアノソナタよね。テレビのソルティレージュとかいう国のお姫様が演奏してたのに合わせて。だからなんだよ。だからあれ、本格的にやってみない？は？あの人、ソルティレージュのお姫様はすごいって世界中で言われてるけど、私、あなたの歌なら負けてないと思うの。だから、私がプロデュースしてあげる。あなたの才能を世界に向けて。いろいろと考えたのよ。中学生が実名を出すのは怖いだろうから、名前は変えて、服とかも私が用意するわ。あなたにはきっと世界が振り向く才能がある。いずれはソルティレージュのお姫様だって驚かせちゃうくらいの才能が。だから私と一緒に音楽をやらない？
Let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. Sorry, big-lipped alligator moment.
朝。そっか。私、ゆうべはリアの部屋で。
Is she sleeping sitting up? Because that's what it looks like. Or maybe she's upside down like a bat. Always thought it was a cat. Apparently it's a bat.
名前ももう決めてあるの。あなた、リアって名前でしょ？だからちょっともじって。はいはい。名前はいいよ、後で。それより服。お前の持ってきたこれおかしいだろ。白のワンピとかドレスとか、おしとやか系ばっかりで。どうして？俺のこのヤンキー丸出しな髪型じゃ合わねえだろ。髪型は変えてもらうわよ。あなた、ピアノ伴奏に合う系の曲を中心に組み立てるのでしょ？そんな派手な髪は改めてもらうわ。それは、そっか。もうウィッグは発注してあるの。黒のロングならあなたにも合うし、最高なの。
I'm beginning to suspect that maybe Jogasaki also has a thing for long black hair.
You know what? Maybe this route's gonna go okay.
お前が黒のロングだから？合わせるとかじゃなくて、もともと女の子の髪は黒のロングが一番なのよ。だから私もやってるし、あなたもそうするの。
Oh man, it is a prophecy.
I like where this is going.
世界一素敵な人が言っていたわ。女の子は黒のロング。黒のロングが最高だって。
Of course that's where that goes.
あの人が。
Long black hair really is the best on women.
ロング？
Yeah, nothing beats long black hair. I cannot believe he basically created. He really did just create Jogasaki.
And by extension, he also created the image of Maria Bishop.
It explains why he loves her so much.
It really does.
If you ask me, I'd be happy to take someone with long black hair as my wife.
As long as she doesn't have a crappy personality.
そうする絶対すぐに髪伸ばす
She's like, what was that last part? I didn't hear that.
Damn it.
Do it! I bet it'll look awesome on you, Ah-chan.
そんなこと言ってオーラくんちょっと前まで金髪がいいとか言ってなかった
I don't discriminate.
言ってた。ほら、キャンプに来てた。なんとかって子がそうだったからって。
Oh, shut up.
Nice to see we really have not changed. I woke up. It kind of felt like I had some really nostalgic dream, but I can't remember any of it. Nope, couldn't remember. I headed outside and then...
Morning.
は
She glared at me. We literally just said morning. What the heck? She was in a rotten mood first thing? What, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bat cave?
ああ、あなた。おはようございます。
Oh, I guess you couldn't make out my face.
まあ、声で大体わかりましたけど。あなたが時間飛ばしても問題はないかと。
Nasty.
What are you up to?
こちらは目が覚めたのだけど、リアは寝ているから起こさないように待っているんです。で、朝食でもと思ったのですが。
Jogasaki stared over at the cafe, which she could barely see. Come on, would you stop glaring like that? It may have been because she couldn't read the menu.
You were fine with the A set, I presume.
A is for Ayaka, it's good enough for her. Or maybe it's not. I invited Jogasaki into my room before she could get anyone's suspicions up with her indiscriminate glaring spree. She came with me without a fuss, and I brought her a meal.
That reminds me, when I first transferred in, I had you bring me these A set meals all the time.
Oh.
Buttered toast, a mini salad, and boiled eggs. It feels like forever ago looking back on it now.
It was a whole game ago.
嫌味が言いたくて呼んだんですか
Yes. Let me get some payback. Still sleepy?
ちょっとだけ。
Were you up late chatting with Rhea last night?
あの子は9時を過ぎた時点であくびしだしてすぐに寝てしまったわ。
Rhea's such a pro at sleeping, she'd probably give Nobita-kun a run for his money.
床で寝たのなんて久しぶりだったから少々枕が合わなかったわ。肩が痛い。
Oh? You could have just huddled up together in the same bed.
I slept so blissfully last night, picturing two beautiful ladies grappling together too.
普通に向こうがベッド、私は下です。
I guess that only made sense.
あの子、警戒心が強いから、私と一緒じゃ熟睡してくれないわ。
Ew.
Really?
She snored away with a peaceful look on her face in my room. She started to pout. Ah, what a hassle. There wasn't one subject I could discuss with her without it veering into a depressing direction, so I dropped the conversation. Then again, I couldn't just go silent after I'd invited her to breakfast. There had to be a way to avoid any unpleasantness first thing in the morning while also lifting her spirits.
Well, tell me about you and Rhea in middle school.
Huh?
Specifically the inside story of how Maria was born, if you can.
Talking about Maria may help break the ice between us.
そうね。ちょうど今日夢に見たところだわ。
Oh, bingo! She sounded more excited than I'd expected. Jogasaki dropped her guard and smiled to almost a curious extent. As a matter of fact, Jogasaki told me every minute detail about how they met and Maria got her start. This was years ago, but she remembered it all well, unlike me. Just went to show how exciting an episode of her life it must have been. It all started when she heard Ria perform a vocal solo in the music room by pure coincidence. It just happens to coincide with a music lesson in which she had heard a piano performance by Princess Sylvia, who was already famous on a global scale in those days.
有名なオペラ歌手のソロの伴奏をクルス・クラウンさんが務めた時のものだったのだけどね。片付けの時、あの子が歌ってみたくなったそうで。
Oh, so it was Ghost Sylvie.
クルス・クラウンさんの相手役をやるのだから、ビデオの中の歌い手も決してレベルは低くない。むしろ世界トップクラスだったはずなのだけど、少なくとも私はリアが勝っていると思ったわ。まあビデオの方は録音というハンデこそあれだけど、それを聞いた時思ったの。この子は原石だ。私が磨きをかければ世界を取れるって。
These two had practically nothing in common, but wound up skipping classes to talk openly for 50 minutes at a time.
口説き落としましたわ。まあ今にして思うと、ちょいちょいクルス・クラウンさんの名前を出していたから、あの子もそれに反応したらしいけれど。
I bet.
I had been suspicious of how she got someone as moody as Ria to agree when she asked if she'd be a singer, but it was apparently due to Jogasaki name-dropping Sylvie so much. That would get the best response out of her. Sylvie was the whole reason she had gotten into music after all.
そう。クルス・クラウンさんなのよね。あの子の中にあった金の卵を返したのは彼女。私じゃなくて。
What's wrong?
別に。その後の顛末は前に話した通りよ。
But before that could bear fruit, she up and exploded in popularity online.
ええ。
Jogasaki chuckled. She looked both frustrated yet proud. I guess she could smile after all when it was Maria-related. This has gotten her plenty worked up. Too worked up.
あなたも知っているでしょうけれど、私は城ヶ崎にとって難しい立場です。
Right.
She let slip the part I had overheard yesterday but hadn't brought up.
おじいさまは可愛がってくださるけれど、父と母にとって私は騒動の種ですから。特に母にとってはね、いくつになってもプライドばっかり高い。いい加減にしてほしいわ。
It sounds like you really do have a complicated family. You acted so nonchalant about it yesterday, too.
I figured I'd try and breach the topic. But then Jogasaki looked confused.
知らないの？調べていないんですか？私のこと。
Huh?
星テレビ会長、城ヶ崎一族の愛憎スキャンダル。インターネットで調べればいくらでも出てきますけど。
What? For real?
調べてないんだ。庶民はゴシップが好きだから、てっきり昨日もう調べたとばかり。
I don't have that much interest in you. I mean, I didn't since I figured you wouldn't like it.
Oops, said the quiet part out loud.
ムカつくわね。
I'll look it up right now. The Jo in Jogasaki is the same kanji as in castle, right?
どこまで興味ないのよ。ムカつくわね。
So no.
調べなくていい。話しますわ。簡単に言うと、私は父の不義の子なのです。
Oh. An illegitimate child.
ドラマではよく聞く表現だけれど、あまりないでしょ、現実に。不義の子だなんて。
Jogasaki.
何？同情しました？
I'm actually kind of clueless as to what illegitimate means in this case.
ねえ、ちょっと私が話しやすいよう協力してくださる？
This is working hard. Do you want to see Loosey Goosey?
Come on, it's like you said, they only use the word illegitimate in dramas. Does it mean like a lack of honor or something? I mean, you are a cold-hearted person without honor or empathy, so if you call yourself an illegitimate child, then I guess it does fit.
Ooh.
義理に反した出自という意味です。父が不倫で産ませた子なの、私。
Oh, really?
口に出したくないことなのに、なんで国語辞典の例文みたいに言わなきゃいけないのよ。まあ調べればテレビ局のウィキのページとかにも書いてあることですが、私の父は随分とお盛んで、若い頃から方々で女遊びを重ねていました。テレビ局の会長一族という権力者ですから、まあアイドルだろうが女優だろうが入れ食いです。特にその子たちが売り出し中の若い頃は。
An enviable life.
そうして引っかかったアイドルの一人が生みの母です。何十人で踊るアイドルグループの端から3番目。ま、2年くらいで卒業するタイプ。
That was a harsh way to talk about her own mother.
父は私ができた時、すでに結婚していました。育ての母、かつては大女優と呼ばれた人で、まあ興味があればネットで調べてください。生みの母は当時アイドルを卒業し困窮していました。中卒の19歳で一児の子持ち。どうなるか考えてみてください。
Sounds straight out of a drama.
虐待されたとかではないですけどね。お金に困った母は25歳の時、私のことを出版社に売り込みました。保守テレビ会長一族に連なる一大スキャンダルだと。目論見はまんまと成功。父はスキャンダルのもみ消しのため、私を引き取ることにします。
What happened to your birth mother?
一切口を閉ざす条件で、
Ooh.
数億円の融資とともに海外へ。今、香港です。シンガポール、マカオだったかな。忘れました。
It didn't sound like they were close.
父は正直、私を疎んでいましたし、母に至っては、私を思い切り目の敵にして、引き取られた当時、6歳の頃は辛い思いもしましたが、幸い、当時現役を退いて、隠居生活に入っていたおじいさまは、私を可愛がってくれたわ。
The fact that you were blood related meant he considered you as granddaughter no matter what, huh?
ええ。
You have no blood relation to the mother who raised you then. Do you and her...
なるべく会わないようにしています。人間、年を取ると若さに対するひがみが隠せなくて困りますね。会うたびに喧嘩腰になるので。特に最近では、当時女優をしていた彼女よりも、今の私の方が美貌でも上なのに気づいたようね。
Ooh.
顔に傷をつけようとすらしてくるわ。
It's like Game of Thrones.
She sounds like a witch out of a fairy tale.
ま、あの程度の嫌がらせに屈する私ではないけれど。
She resembled her foster mother more than her birth mother, who took the money and quietly retired, personality-wise.
あの人にはリアムを合わせないようにしないと。マリアの顔に傷をつけられたら大変。
For real?
That would be a nightmare for me too.
当たり前よ。マリア・ビショップは私の最大にして最高の商品だわ。誰が傷なんてつけさせるものですか？
Commodity. It made sense given Jogasaki's personality, but the way she said that bugged me a bit.
うちの兄が局の社長職を父から引き継ぎ、すでに数年になりますが、昨今のテレビ離れもあり、テレビ局の経営は傾くばかり。マリアがいれば、兄から経営権を分取ることもできるやもしれませんわね。血筋の上では、私が会長一族なのは確かですもの。
She got scary.
I'll be honest, I get her a lot more now, though.
Uh-huh.
あの無能親子を追い落としてやるのも面白いかもしれないわ。
Revenge.
Way too dark. Stop showing off nobility's ugly underbelly to a wholesome commoner.
Wholesome.
おっと。
I'll power down now.
I wasn't expecting her to do that. Okay. Better drop this subject. Oh, man.
Who knew there was someone as malicious as you behind Maria? You've kind of shattered my dreams.
Only a little, though.
それは失敬。まあ安心して。というのもおかしいけれど、一応マリアのイメージは私とは無関係よ。あの子は一人であんなに美しく羽ばたいているのだから。
She glanced over at the room next door, looking wistful. She knew how grand Maria was and her utility. But she couldn't cover up one reality, that she simply loved Maria. In this one and only aspect, we were two of a kind, to the point it almost evoked a sense of friendship. Ugh.
Gorgeous, huh? Ah, you're right. She was gorgeous.
After all she told me, maybe I should give something back.
Against my better judgment, there is one thing I'm grateful to you for.
Maria's long black hair.
何？
Before I came to Noble Academy, I left my old school midterm.
らしいわね。興味ないけど。
A bunch of stuff happened and I got depressed. Most days I couldn't work up the will to do anything. And that went on for roughly 2 months. And the only emotional support I had for those 2 months was Maria.
Oh.
Without Maria Bishop, I wouldn't have been able to get out of bed again.
Suicide? I wasn't sure I had enough nerve to go through with it. If nothing else, I doubted I would have mustered the willpower to get involved with Sylvie, not to mention have had the drive to come to this school. Not without Maria.
The point I'm trying to make is, Maria's one reason I had any involvement with Noble Academy. Which means you're one of the reasons I came to Noble Academy since you created her.
Dun dun dun. Not the reaction I was expecting. We both broke out laughing.
人生最大の失敗だわ。
Thanks for screwing up. I'm just as happy as you can see, Miss Famous Producer.
Jogasaki was laughing. This utterly twisted sharing of laughs fit us perfectly. And that was when...
うわは、おはよう。あ、どうした彩香。なんでもないわ。
Ria was puzzled. Understandably so. That checked out. From an outside perspective, this had to be outright incomprehensible. The atmosphere between Jogasaki and I was unlike any we'd ever experienced before. On this timeline.
Oh, come here, come here.
あんよが上手。あんよが上手。ママ。怖いよ、ママ。
What is happening?
なんでメガネなしで来なきゃいけないのよ。
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I was like, did we end up on a weird subset of Chieka's route again? She was supposed to have new contacts delivered from her home this morning. It appeared that they didn't have any on hand and ordered her a brand new pair of contact lenses instead. She had gotten an escort by car part of the way, but now had to walk through town.
ぐるぐるの方のメガネならあるのに、お前がつけるの拒否るからだろ。そんなこと言ったって男子がいる前じゃん。で、そもそもどうして市松さんがついてきてるんです？
I've got the best vision of anyone here.
Actually, yes. I figured I'd come along since you two were going into town.
I had plans to go shopping today already, and it was faster than walking.
I also figured I might get to see something amusing.
And it happened.
はーい、よちよち。こっちでちゅよ。おいでおいで。バブバブ。
And as a matter of fact, I saw exactly that. The shop was right around the corner. They had been contacted in advance, so she got new contacts in no time.
ついでだし、ぐるぐるが嫌なら新しいの買ってったら？そうね。今後こんなことがないためにもスペアを用意したいわ。これとかどうだ？悪くないけど、ちょっときつくないかしら。お前みたいな女王様にはぴったりじゃん。なんだかチャラチャラしてそうで嫌だわ。もっとこう真面目な感じがいい。こんな感じ？そうそう、これこれ。この勉強できますって感じがいいのよ。これじゃぐるぐるメガネと印象変わんねえぞ。
I just want to have that little Ouro as an avatar.
I kind of do too.
おしゃれ感と真面目感を出したいならこれだろ、下リム。なるほど、いいわね。でもまだちょっとチャラくないかしら。お前は基準が高すぎるんだよ。いや、それ以前にこれダメだわ。目の下に何かある感じがして鼻がムズムズする。合わないやつってそうらしいな。決まらない。こんなもんパパッと決めればいいんだよ。例えばこれ、ほらどうだ。あ、似合う。ほらな、こんなもんさっと選べばそれが一番なの。男の理屈よね、それ。でも似合うのが取れちゃうのがリアらしいわ。ねえ、ならもうリアがさっと選んでくれない？リアの直感の方が信用できそう。責任は負いたくねえんだけど。じゃあ綾香に似合うの、綾香に似合うの、これ。おお、目元がビシッと締まって見えるわ。だろ、お前のイメージにぴったりだ。
Like a villain in a Fire Emblem game?
そうね。
That or like
目
a
元が
Sailor
ビシッ
Moon
て
villain.
かつ顔を隠して。
That's even better.
女王様じゃない。
An evil queen!
ああ、SM のやつか。
Oh, Persona. Didn't even think about that.
似合うと思ったんだけどな。私もそう思ったのがムカつくわ。本気で選びましょう。これがいいかしら。なあ、そろそろあいつに突っ込んだら。目を合わせてはダメよ。反応したら負け。
Okay, I was wondering, like, is he just wearing these the entire time? Yes.
Yep, exactly. Although, in fairness, I would do the same thing in that situation.
What noise is
I
that?
have no idea.
Alright, well, here goes.
あの鼻眼鏡、
Uh,
笛が内蔵されてるやつだ。鼻で息するとなんか鳴るやつだ。
Alright, I can get that. Yeah.
ダメ、反応しないで。知り合いだと思われたくない。バーン。グラさん似合うな、俺。芸能人らしいわよね。かっけえ、ハリウッドみたい。アステラビスタベイビー。ベイベー。な。ダメ、反応した。結局コンタクトだけか。
aw.
まさかお前の度に合うレンズがないとはな。
Well, I mean, they typically have to make them. They're not just sitting there.
Yeah.
役に立
Especially if
たな
you're
い
like
ね、
me and
あんな
your
のよ。
eyes are completely not the same.
Uh-huh.
We just screwed around the whole time.
Talking about us.
グラさんってたまに買うとテンション上がるよな。
Totally. Mr. Anderson, welcome back.
Me.
Me too.
It's end tonight!
Yay!
イエーイ。後でエージェントごっこしよう。俺弾避ける側な。
I'll do a bridge then.
仲いいわね、あなたたち。
So next.
I love Rhea.
Me too.
What are you guys going to do after this? I'm going shopping.
It felt natural to invite them along. That would have been normal if we were dealing with Rhea, but
うん。
if I really thought it through, we had an extra person here. She'd wrapped up everything on her agenda, so maybe she would hurry on home.
買い出し。俺も行くわ。タバコが切れかけてる。
That's not really a reason I want you to go with me.
I mean, not that I was opposed enough to turn her down. Two of us three had decided to go.
いいわよ。付き合うわ。
Peer pressure.
You are?
And now it was 3 out of 3.
いやー、サンキューね、あかねちん。モデルになってくれて。例の先輩がデザインしたファッションのモデル。おしゃれな格好ができて、すごく嬉しいんですけど、必ず一つ恥ずかしいのが入ってるんですよね。
Oh, what did we miss?
幼稚園児の格好したあかねちんの写真、ちゃんとそっちのスマホに送っとくからね。
Not what I was
What?
expecting.
この世から永久に消してほしいような、ちょっとだけ残しておきたいような。あかねちんがいるとロリ系のファッションにもガンガンに手出せるからいいわ。
This is getting weirder than it already was.
ロリ。ただ計算違いが1点。なんです？あかねちんのサイズだとおっぱいが大きすぎるんですよね。あかねちんロリロリしてるくせにボインボインだからな。ロリ巨乳は男には嬉しいけどファッション的にはいまいちよ。すいません。私も大きくなりたくてなったわけではないんですが。
They're actually full of hot air, like hot air balloons.
That's actually the fire she's
どう
talking
せなら
about.
ちっぱいちゃんのモデルが欲しい。というわけで、どうだい神にゃん。もともとやるつもりありませんけれど、さらにやる気の失せる誘い方ですわね。コスプレに付き合うつもりはありませんわ。釣れない。普段からメイドのコスプレしてるくせにって顔だね、あかねちん。くせにというわけでは。
And yet?
でも同感。あんな格好で誘ってるのは神ニャンなんだから。こうなったら何が何でも着せ替えたくなってきた。力ずくで行くかい？やめましょうよ。無理やりなんて。でも、あかねちんも神ニャンの演じルックは見たいっしょ？見たいです。よし、作戦を練ろう。
Meanwhile, we finished shopping.
クソが！怒らないでリア。
元はといえばてめえのせいだな。おうこら綾香、てめえどう責任取る気だ？
ごめんなさい。
Don't get angry just because you couldn't buy cigarettes.
くそ、いつもは買えるのに綾香が制服だから。
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
この落とし前どうつけてくれんじゃん？
Again, strange for you to apologize.
But hilarious. The store clerk refused to sell Rhea a carton of cigarettes, which was how we got here.
Couldn't you just buy them somewhere else, like the convenience store over there?
They used lenient enough judgment when selling cigarettes, so she ought to be able to buy them no problem without Jogasaki there in her uniform.
コンビニはタバコレジ奥だからよく見えなくて前に拒否られてる。そうだ、お前買ってきてくんね？
No way, that'll make me a delinquent.
乙女かてめえは。
Jogasaki and I had successfully bought what we came out for, but Rhea had flown off the handle after things had gone sideways for her.
たく。
She headed for a vending machine nearby. Plunk.
See, you can buy them just fine from vending machines.
買えないとは言ってない。でも一箱買うとこっちが邪魔だな。
Rhea took a pack she was still in the middle of smoking through out of her pocket.
残り1本捨ていい？
Looks like she was the type who had a set pocket for cigarettes. Once she bought a new pack, she wanted to toss out the old one.
いいけど、私は離れているわよ。仲間だと思われたくないわ。
I'll pass up on being labeled a smoking delinquent too. Go ahead and show yourself off stinking up your breath.
はいはい、白い歯を真っ黄色に汚したく存じます。
She went over to the smoking corner with an ashtray beside the vending machines. She lit it up. One puff. This was perfect timing for us too. After all that walking, we grabbed drinks from the nearby vending machines and took a breather.
リアも何か飲む？
いらない。
そう。
For all her talk of separating herself, Jogasaki was faithfully attentive to Rhea. These two were seriously close friends. Especially Jogasaki. Uh-oh. Smack. Someone blatantly pointed their phone at the site I'd been taking in. They just so happened to be beside me. My hand sprung into action the second their phone shutter went off.
It's not nice to take photos without permission.
何よ。何も撮ってないわよ。
What was that, a text tone then? It was a woman roughly the same age as all of us.
That excuse doesn't fly when you snap one so cleanly.
I checked for myself and found a shot with Rhea and Jogasaki front and center. I'd bolt for the cops in a heartbeat if it were some middle-aged man, but she was around our age and presumably not a horny pervert.
You know, smokers may get bashed on a ton these days, but taking photos without someone's permission is worse.
どうした？
Rhea sensed something was amiss, tossed her cigarette, and came over.
あなた。
Jogasaki reacted, but Rhea didn't. Hadn't she taken a picture of Rhea? She tried to hide her face, but it was too late.
あな
Jogasaki looked down at her feet for a moment with a truly incomprehensible expression, then looked back up.
前にお会いしたことがありますわね。ごめんなさい。お名前をお聞かせいただいてよろしくて。顔は覚えていても、お名前は失念しましたの。下民をわざわざ覚えて差し上げるほど暇な人生は送っておりませんので。
Oh, she was purposely instigating her. Jogasaki was going all out. This seemed to be someone she knew, and well enough to know that she was a commoner.
Don't tell me she's a commoner that the devil Lord Jogasaki, packed with evil enough to make you hurl, drove out of Noble Academy once upon a time.
Wouldn't that make her my ally? I should have let her off the hook for one measly secret photo so she could get away.
誰がヘドが出るほどの邪悪ですか？
You.
All right.
ご心配なく。この方は我々ノーブル学園とは無関係ですわ。我々とは違います。
Oh. Jogasaki locked arms with me.
我が高貴なるノーブル学園に入れるような家柄も知能もないただの庶民。山猿みたいなものです。
Damn.
I made it,
誰が
boys!
山猿ですって？あら怖い。凶暴そうな猿ですこと。ねえ、わかるでしょ市松さん。ノーブル学園には似合わない人種ですわ。
Yes.
Jogasaki. She was placing me on the same side as nobles to instigate this girl? How nasty could you get? I wasn't about to play into her scheme. I may have not approved of sneaky photos, but I didn't feel like supporting Jogasaki either. But I changed my mind. Well, setting the rest of that aside for a minute. She was gently clutching my arm at the moment. As gently as it was, two spherical sources of pressure were smushed straight into my elbow. This densely packed energy. These could only be one thing. Massive boobies. Better just shut up and see how things played out for now. I wouldn't side with Jogasaki, but silence was golden.
これはあー、なるほど。綾香は吸ってねえだろ。こんな撮り方すんなよ。
Upon a closer look at the picture, it focused almost low enough to cut off their heads, but with the ashtray in frame. That was her angle. Depending on how you viewed it, you might assume Jogasaki was mid-puff too, not just Ria.
こんな写真でどうするおつもりでしたの？学校にでも送りつけて問題にかしら。あなた昔から変わらないわね。特にその根の癒しさ。うるさい！
The woman snatched the phone out of Ria's hands and pressed the trash button.
ほら、消したわよ。文句ある？ただの冗談じゃない。何マジになっちゃってんのよ。あー、嫌だ。余裕ないわね。これだから成金は。だから友達いないのよ、あんたは。
With that, she ran away. Just hang on a second. Even if you personally delete it, there's no point. There was tons of free restoration software out there. That thought came to mind. But more pressingly... Literally.
Whoa.
Nope. It was something more important. That was the last second I could come up with any stupid thoughts.
Like ever?
Well, for probably the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Huh?
For one instant, Jogasaki strengthened her grip on me to the point it made her chest dig into my elbow with even more pressure. She clung to me, acting dependent on something or other for only a second, and then... whoosh. She took off.
おい、綾香！
She kept going without so much as acknowledging Ria's calls to stop.
イチ、追ってくれ！
I can't leave you behind.
クール。
Unlike Jogasaki, who had already bought her new contacts, Ria would be awful to leave behind given her visual disabilities. Besides, Jogasaki may have been crying. And if she was, it would be a bad call for me to go after her. It might be different if it were Ria. Ria made several calls on her phone and let Jogasaki know we would be back at the dorm first. Jogasaki returned 20 minutes after we did. I gave her a look to question if she was all right, but she shook her head, albeit without any real swelling around her eyes. Ria approached her, but as expected, she shook her head to keep her back. Man, it had been kind of a fun day, too. What an iffy way for it all to end.
Kiniroラブリッジゴールデンタイム
Alright, well, we're going to have to end the episode here. That was a pretty fun day for the most part. We got some cool backstory, but I actually do feel pretty bad for Jogasaki in spite of her act that she was putting on that was pretty vicious.
I get Jogasaki more and more, I'll be honest.
I do too. I mean, and at this point, I think any of the teasing and making fun that we do it's not malicious, because we know she's got more facets.
Well, it's like I get... I'll be honest, even until like an episode or two, I didn't really get her at all.
Yeah.
Other than just being kind of, tsundere.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, with this one, I get it. Because in that family situation, and where you are raised by a grandfather in this one business,
Mm-hmm.
Really your only advancement, like, yeah, you're already upper class, but you don't really believe you are.
That's
because
true.
of your background, your birth, how you've been treated by both of your mothers.
Well, and it's this whole situation that's
Yeah.
really rough, too, because not only...
Yeah.
She's stuck in between worlds.
Yeah, and so you have to commit to one of them hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that you're in with your grandfather, and not just that, but your only real advancement to prove it is in the business world.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the one place that you can advance, and maybe people will never completely shut up, but they'll respect you.
Yeah.
If you make it big, and it's like, oh, I have to take her seriously, I have to be good with her because she's this big media mogul.
Yeah, she's earned her way.
Yeah, so I get it. Like, that's her only route because she can't go any other.
No.
She has to. And it is this interesting thing. She has to hide it all in too because, she can't, even in the business world, you can't expose weakness. It's not something you can do.
No, and it makes sense that she wouldn't want to let anybody in the academy know either.
No.
Because most of them do come from high-end backgrounds and they wouldn't understand, and something like this, well, it would be detrimental for her networking capabilities.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, she gets treated like absolute crap by commoners, for the most part, because they just view her as another rich girl.
Yeah, and I get it with, like, all that with them making fun of her and all, too. It's
Calling her an upstart.
But yeah, so it's like she doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
She has to just overly commit.
It says a lot about her personality. I mean...
Well, and if you build up yourself as you are the stone person, you're the person that's made of iron, then...
You can't get hurt.
Exactly, yeah.
It's very much kind of a hedgehog's dilemma sort of situation. To quote Evangelion, again, it's been a while. Well, all right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.